01. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another interesting live session. And what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be breaking down a massive VFX scene I did a very long time ago. I think it's the most trending video on my YouTube channel right now. And please, if you can see me, help me if my sound is too loud, if my music is too loud. And if there's anything wrong with this particular stream that I need to fix. So before we get started, we are going to quickly go through some of the stuff that we did some days ago, or about 2 days ago. So let me quickly pull up. The last time I was here, we went to Pinterest, we took a picture, and we made it, we used it as our reference, and we made a 3D scene from that. So I'm going to quickly pull it up on the screen right now. So where are you? I think should be here. Blender, projects, Pinterest to polygons, and day 2. That was day 2. Reference. This was the reference that we took from Pinterest, and also I'm going to pull up the final render we made in Blender. So this is exactly what we did. If you were part of the live session, this is final render that we did the particular day I'm talking about. Once again, this is the before. This is coming from Pinterest. This is a normal, either AI generated or a normal image I just found on Pinterest. And this is what we did in Blender that we copied from the reference. So quickly, let's get started for today's breakdown. So I'm going to open up my Blender here. This is what my Blender is looking like. Also, please let me know if I'm lagging. Let me know if I am lagging, because I feel like my network is really poor right now. Okay, quickly before we get started, I'm going to show you a clip, the final render of this VFX scene that we are trying to break down. So I'm going to quickly locate it and stop the music also, so that we can pay attention to what the video is saying. So this is a video. This is what we are trying to break down. I'm going to play it one more time. Okay, the funny thing about this whole thing is that it is very simple. Like, when I mean simple, I mean really simple. So let's jump back into Blender and start to arrange the scene. So I love to have like love to pull the image on my Blender here so that I can easily see. I'm not sure if I have the image, but let me just build for my brain for now. So I'm going to move my camera backwards, and I'm going to use this reference guy here. This is who I use for reference anytime I make a scene in Blender. So I'm going to rotate him to face this other way like this. So he's my reference, and please also pay attention to what the camera view is saying here. This is my camera view here. You can see it. So I'm also sorry, I forgot to mention that this is a breakdown. Like, we're doing like a rough sketch, like a skeleton of the scene. So permit me some time to quickly search for this particular image so that we can be seeing what we are doing, and then we can use my final render as a as a reference. So I'll be right back. Please don't run away. Okay, here is what I did. I took like a very quick screenshot from the video. So I'm going to do Shift A and quickly import the picture here right now so that we can make use of it as our reference. So let's do desktop, and this is the picture. So this is going to be our reference because I need to be paying attention to my final render and making sure that everything is looking exactly how it was in the final video. I think this is the best thing to do. Just drag and drop inside of Blender, rotate. Sorry, do. So this is what our reference looks like. So the first thing that we're going to block here, because like I mentioned, This is a skeleton of this scene we are trying to build. You can see this thing that looks like a sleeping pod, this sci-fi sleeping pod thing that you can see here. Let's quickly do like a very rough model. So I'm going to do Shift A, then do cube, right? Bring that cube up. Let's scale it up like this. Let's go to the wireframe view, and something is missing. Okay, yeah. I'm talking about this reference guy because I'm making use of the reference. So I'm trying to scale it to fit the body of our reference. I'm going to divide it here. Select this side and this side and just scale it out a bit to give it that sci-fi look. Right, so I'm going to detach this part of this sci-fi here because this is going to be like a glass. So I'm going to detach it, P by selection, so it's two different objects now. Let me turn on random so that I can clearly see what I'm doing here. Random. Yep. So if you want, you can just quickly throw in a solidifier node here so that we have a solid pod. That is what it is called. So I'm going to apply the scale also. Push it down a bit. Then push this guy into the pod. Then unhide this guy. So this is what we have right now. Then there's this light thing that you can see on the ground that looks like a track where this pod thing is just moving. So I'm going to quickly make a rough model of that also. So let's do mesh cube. Oh no, we can start from here. So I'm going to scale it on the y-axis like this because it is looking very thin. I think I used only just one thing like this, but you can decide to duplicate it. So by that, you can just use a quick mirror modifier to mirror it to the other side. X-axis, then apply location. Why are we not seeing? Okay, it's actually the y-axis, so everything we do on one side is going to be on the other side. So quickly I'm going to extrude z-axis here. So take your time and just make it look like whatever you want it to look like. So I'm going to add something like this here. Select these faces. Just have fun. Like this looks like I'm just like playing. So I'll do insert here and maybe move it upward. Right, do insert again, then just extrude easy, maybe just extrude outward. So there are no particular rules for this one. Just have fun with whatever shape you are trying to create. Then what should I do now? I'm going to pull this guy out, select this side here and do extrude on y-axis here. So once you are done, you are going to quickly select everything you have here and just scale on the x-axis. Sorry, I'm not going to use scale. I'm just going to grab this side until, then grab this other side also. Nice. I'm starting to get somewhere. Feel like it's too massive, but don't worry about that. I'm going to pull it down. So we now have something that looks like the tracks where the pod is going to be moving. So let's look for the next thing to model. Okay. I'm going to duplicate this pod with Shift D, and I'm going to go in the edit mode and just move it close to the camera view because it adds a lot of interest. And for this particular one, we are going to add something that we did not add on the first tracks. So let's do plane again and bring it here, scale it down, scale on the x-axis, then extrude upward. I'm going to separate it so that I can add array modifier. Come in. I think I mistakenly selected something that was not part of it. Okay. Separate it. Then we just quickly add array modifier here. Array. Then we just play with the number of the counts like this, and you can see that the scene is slowly like looking interesting. Nice. Love this. So the next thing that I think I would like to model here should be the pillars you can see. So we can just duplicate what we just did and use it for our pillar. So I'm going to isolate it here, right? Then first of all, reduce the count to about 20. Then space it out, or maybe just 10 or 8. Can still go down. 4 should be okay for now. Then I go into my edit mode and I turn this guy into my pillar. So make room for the base of the pillar. You don't have to be perfect. So I love to play with insets anytime I'm playing in Blender, because it's really easy to make shapes while making use of insets. So we do I again. We select the bottom here, scale it up, right? Scale it up and push down like this before you extrude. Now we have a base for our pillar. Let's do a circle. Make sure that this circle is coming out of our pillar. Yes, raise it up a bit, scale it down, and extrude. Am I not in edit mode? Okay, I was in face mode, that's why I could not extrude my circle. So I'm going to select everything and I can perfectly do my extrude now on Z axis. Then what else? Okay, this is nice. Starting to see the shape of the skeleton of the pillar. So I'm going to select the pillar and push it down. Nice. If you want to add some details, it's as simple as do Ctrl R, then add something like this here, then select all the bases we have here and do insert again, then scale. You can do something like this just to add in some details. Then we are done with the pillar, just left with placing it in the right place. So let's bring everything back, and so this particular pillar is supposed to be behind the camera so that we can only see these pillars. So I'm going to increase the number to 8 again, and the distance from each other. This is good. So I'm going to quickly create a floor because I just noticed that we don't have anything like a floor. So floor with a mesh and do plane. Then you can just scale the floor up, scale on X axis. Now we have a floor. So let me change our camera to a rendered view so that we can clearly see what we are doing. I'm also going to change into my circles here. I've not saved my file, and this is very risky. This is a very risky thing to do inside of Blender. So I'm going to save my file here right now. Blender projects, and I'll make it new folder for breakdown. Copy that, and I'll do breakdown here. So good, we have saved our project file. We are currently using cycles here. That's perfect. Then I'll just change some few settings here. The noise, yep. So currently we have a very simple scene. I'm going to push. Why is it going the opposite way? Okay, I'm looking at the scene from the opposite side. So I'm going to select my guy and the pod. I'm going to start pushing it back a bit like this. And if you notice from the video, you are going to see that this pod is like slant like this. So we are going to make it look exactly the same. So I'm just going to quickly rotate the pod like this. You don't have to perfect. The secret to realism in Blender that I know is like imperfection. If your work is noisy, if you have some scratches on the floor, and maybe taking a look at what we have here, everything is like in the perfect shape. This is not going to be like this in real world terms, so add some little bit of bending and scratches and stuff like that. Your render is going to definitely look very cinematic and realistic. So I've copied the bending, and I just discovered that we need to add more stuffs here. So let's do insert, then scale this face on X, no, Y, yep, then scale it on Z. Sorry, let me move it this way so that you guys can see clearly. Scale on Z. Okay, it's not working for me. Let's do X and X again. Exactly. Then I'm going to extrude that particular face out. So this is going to make it look like we are connected to the tracks. I'm going to repeat the same thing at the back here, but first of all, move our reference out of the way. Then on a normal day, if you're making a scene like this, I would advise you to make use of assets, because when I was working on this particular video that we are like breaking down now, I downloaded assets because there was no time to start building all of the scene. The artist I did that video for, there was no time. He was about to like, it was about an EP he made for his song, and there was no time for me to start building everything. So what we're doing right now is the skeleton of the scene. So I'm going to select this face and do the same thing we did before. Insert, then extrude this whole face outwards. Then we can go underground, like nobody sees this part, but just to keep your work clean, maybe you can decide to come here and just clean it up a bit. Push it up like this, then select this other part, push it down, because we're trying to create something like a connection that is holding this pod. If you look at the final render I had on my job, I added something like that. So this is like a support that is holding this pod on the tracks, right? Are we good to go? Why is nobody talking to me? Okay, nice. I just discovered that I have to like parent everything together, because we are starting to add multiple parts to our pod, so that by the time we start moving it, it becomes like really easy to move everything all together. So nice. Please, whatever you do, pay attention to what the camera is seeing. This is my camera view one more time. I'm just going to move this light out of the way a bit. Nice. So what else do we have in this scene that I might like to build? Okay, I can see a window here, and I can see a full building. So let's quickly replicate something like that. So I'm going to scale this on the y-axis, and I'm going to extrude it. Okay, I'm not in edit mode right now, so go to edit mode, extrude it, and you can see we now have a room. And I'm going to delete the top of the face. Delete faces. Nice. I'm also going to delete this side because it's now blocking us. Delete this face. Then you can start making exactly what we have in our reference. I'm just doing random stuffs. So I'm going to mark all, then select and select random. Did not work. Go to faces, select and select random again. Okay, I'm supposed to do deselect random. Check out deselect. Okay, not bad. This is still usable, except the fact that I have to start again. Then I do checker deselect like this. So I'm going to use my eye again. I'm just trying to add some details to the wall. So let's do that one more time. Right, then we can now extrude this guy out. After extruding, you can still do Ctrl I again, which is insert. Right, then we now push it in by doing, or push it out, another extrude again. And I want to now select everything from this side. Okay, let's do the side view. Then let's select every single point that we have here, not face. And I'm going to push it backward a bit. Right, so we are just adding some details to our scene here. What else? Okay, this is the part I was telling you that it is very simple, because when I shared this video on my YouTube, a lot of persons were surprised that the artist was just standing there and he was not doing anything, and I just added him into the pod, which is exactly what we're going to do now. So first of all, I'm going to select the glass part of this pod and I'm going to apply a glass material to it. So let's quickly go into my shader editor here. And then I'm going to bring in a quick glass PSTF here and just plug it there. Okay, now we can see through our pod because it's now a glass. Then one thing I also need to do now, I need to add a solidify to our glass light scale. Going to okay, we now have the glass part. Then just for the visual sake, I'm going to turn this guy to be black so that we can clearly see what is going on in the scene. And I'm also going to make it metallic black. Okay, let's stick with this for now. Then okay, what else do we have here? There is light inside. There is a blue light. If you take a look at there is a neon kind of light on the tracks. So I'm going to do exactly that. Oh, Nikki is back. Nikki, welcome back. It's nice to see you again. Let me make room so I can easily see your comments. Okay, the live is frozen. The stream is laggy. I think it's my network. Let me see if there's anything I can do right now. Settings. I don't think there's any serious solution I can make use of right now. I have no idea of why the stream is lagging right now. Okay, you think your connection is bad, so let me just continue. Or if you can allow me just few seconds, I can go and check my YouTube to confirm if it's your connection. So to continue this whole thing, I was talking about a light. You're seeing a blue light on the tracks. So I'm going to quickly go in here and selecting the faces of this part of the track. I'm going to create a material, assign new, and in the emission, bring in that blue light and increase the strength. Okay, unfortunately, the light is affecting the whole of. Let's do try create another new material, assign. Okay, I think I have solved that issue. So now let's get back to our light and let's give it some strength. Nice. So as you can see, we now have light. Let there be light. We now have light. So I'm going to quickly bring in a photo of a man that we're going to be making use of today. I downloaded it before the start of this live, and this is the part where I was talking about how simple it is, because basically we are stacking photos together, and this photo can be represented by a video. This can be a video of you this can be a video of you vibing to a song, sleeping, standing somewhere, sitting somewhere. You can place yourself on a car, place yourself in a scene. Depends where your creativity can take you or where your imagination can take you. So before I bring this guy into our scene, I'm going to quickly go on a break, just about 10-20 seconds break, to confirm from my YouTube if this live session is lagging. Okay, I'm back. I just checked on YouTube and everything is working perfectly well. Nikki, I think your network is faulty. So quickly, let's continue from exactly where we stopped. So this is the part where I import the image of the man. Mesh plane and then downloads. I think that's where I have it. Okay, now we have an image of the man and we're going to place it exactly where we need him. So this is where our, what is it called, our reference guy is very important, because we're going to use him to like reference to the height of a human. So I'm going to start scaling him until we get to how tall or how big this guy is. So I'm trying to make sure that they are both the same height. Okay, you don't have to be perfect. Then I'm sorry to see you go. The reference, we don't need you anymore. So right now, as you can see, this can be a video and you can import the video exactly the same way that I imported this picture. So that is that. So you just have to move it into the pod and hide this guy for now. Then make sure that it's popping out a little bit in a way that the camera can see that yes, somebody is there. Or we can just select the inside of our pod. Why can't I see my selection? Okay, the selection is coming from here. Can select the inside of our pod and just like raise it up a bit. Then coming. Okay, I think I'm good like this, so I'll just do Alt H to bring back the cover. So we now have our guy in there, except the fact that I feel like he's floating. So I'm going to make sure that the leg is resting. Local. Yep, this is good. Then let's bring back Alt H. Maybe let's put some kind of light inside. So let's do Shift. What am I doing? Shift D. And let's put some type of light. And then let's bring this light down until it gets into our pod. Nice. Then I'm starting to see something. Can you save the live? Bro, sorry, what do you mean by saving the live? Yes, sure, I will. If you're talking about downloading the live, I can save it. You are definitely going to see it on my channel, and then you can just download it anytime. Okay. I think I did this same thing yesterday. It was multiple importance. Yeah, I'm trying to clear this shine or this light thing that you're seeing here. It's shining on the glass and I don't want that, so I'm going to take it out, and I'm also going to place the light at a better location and also change some few things here and there. 3000. Okay, let's be creative. Let's add a color to the light. Why is it difficult for me to select a good color? So let's change from Ajax to Filmic and then medium high contrast. Nice. So let's get into the sweet spot, which is animation. But before I do that, I'm also going to show you how simple it is to like start stacking up stuffs and then making your scene beautiful. And I'm talking in terms of pictures, images, or videos. So let me pull my camera down a bit and change, trying to get like a low angle camera. Then we can also turn on the depth of field. That's another thing that can make our shot look beautiful. So I'm going to select the glass and then start reducing. Nice. You can see what the idea of animation looks like. So I'm just moving the, what is it called? I'm just moving the camera around. So let's see, can I change? Okay, I can. I'm trying to make the floor reflective, so I'm going to select only the floor here. Do this for the floor. Okay. I'm going to detach the floor to be on its own. Then for the material, just something like this is good. Nice, we're starting to get somewhere. So let me quickly go back into my folder here, just bring something in so that you guys can see how easy it is to stack things up in terms of pictures or video. You can add a fire, you can add a car in here, or anything that you so desire to add to your scene. So I'm going to do Shift A again, then do images, image as plane. Let's say we have like an alien ship here, so I can just scale it up or raise it. You can see that we are starting to tell a little bit of story right now. Maybe this is some kind of alien facility that I don't know. Okay, then as for the material, let's do image as planes again. Then let's look for, okay, let's bring in this alien guy. Then let's just make it look like this alien guy is waiting for our character to get to him. So I'm going to do flip to the other side as this guy is transparent, so let's see what brightness and contrast can do for us. Now, okay, let's try contrast. This particular image I'm using is like somehow transparent, and that is currently an issue. I don't like how the scene is too dark, so let me increase the brightness of the walls. But I'm definitely sure that you guys get the idea of stacking images together, because I've created something that looks like I'm creating a story here right now. Oh, let's see, select this alien guy again, and let's do okay, the idea of this alien guy is not working right now because the image is transparent, so I'm just going to delete it, but you get the point. You can record yourself. I can take a photo or video of myself just standing there and just put myself inside this box that you can see right now. It's very easy. And then when you're making your scene, this is a skeleton that you can see right now. But you can decide to go to a website like what is it called, either Sketchfab or CG Trader, and you can go there and just quickly search for a pod, because when I'm working on these type of projects, I usually don't have time to start modeling all of these things. So you can just come here and quickly select something beautiful. Like you can see what is going on here. You can see what is going on here. It's really nice. You can download something like this or buy, then just add this to your scene and continue working. So let's pull this camera back a bit like this, because I want us to be able to see that alien ship there, right? So by the time we animate the camera to move from here to here, we're going to finally land on the ship site. Then we're going to add some interest to the ship by dragging the color into our emission, because we want the ship to be glowing. Then the strength is also going to come from there. Now you can see clearly that our ship is now glowing, and guess what? This is just a picture. This is just an image that you are looking at right now. So let's do bright and contrast also, because I'm trying to control the brightness of our ship. Okay, too much. Still too much. No. Let's use the contrast to customize it a bit. So let's just do 0.5 for the brightness and bring the contrast to 1 or 1.5. Okay, I'm okay with what we have now. Let's create something like a stage here. Let's see if I can find something like that from Blender Kit. So let's do stage. Let's do free first, because I'm currently using the free version of. Okay, there's nothing like that. Okay, this is good. This is good. I love this platform, so I'm going to quickly add it into our scene by dragging and dropping it here. So once the platform is downloaded, I believe you guys can now see the beauty of when you are making use of assets instead of spending a lot of time to model them yourself. So I'm going to quickly select all these guys. Select. I'll hide my floor, go to top view, because I don't have a lot of time to be selecting everything that way. Select all of these guys and do Ctrl J. Ctrl J. That's just to join it. So I'm going to do set origin to geometry. Now we have something that we can work with. We can even decide to place this guy here and to make it look like we have this sort of thing going around the board like this. So as for the rest of them, I'm going to delete them. Select everything here, delete. Okay, I mistakenly deleted the empty that came with it. So I think we are good like this. We just have to add a quick array modifier. Array. Where's my array? So increase the number of the array. And I'm starting to add beauty to this scene. So this is a skeletal part of this work, this VFX scene I'm doing right now. So I don't want to do too much. Just doing this to demonstrate how you can make use of assets to make your scene look like really beautiful. So let's say this guy was captured by this very evil alien, and the alien is transporting him. As you can see, the camera is moving slowly. This is the alien station, or what should I call it? The alien's office. This is the alien station, as you can see, and this alien ship is coming from an ordinary image. Or I still have another image that we can play with here, so I can do image, bring in this car, for example, and we can see this car was also sucked into the alien facility, so we can push the car back here. So this is me just having fun with whatever we have here, and the idea I'm trying to what I'm trying to let you know is how you can easily bring in stuffs with just images, just pictures. So you can see that we now have a car. Maybe the guy that was captured by the alien, his car was also captured, and the aliens are trying to transport him. So now let's keep everything we have here in one single stuff. I'm talking about this pod thing. Let me see if we have a pod from Blender Kit. Okay, there is a pod, but there is no time to start tweaking or changing anything here right now. So I'm going to use what I built myself. I'm going to start animating. After that, we're going to piece everything together, including the man. So I've selected everything I have: the man, the glass, and the other parts of the pod. Then I'm going to, could I join? No, don't join them together. I'm just going to create an empty. And okay, just leave the empty there. Then select everything again. Then do Ctrl P, or before you do Ctrl P, select the empty, then keep transform. Now we can now move the whole of the pod by just moving this empty. You notice the light that we created for the pod has not been added, so I'll select the light and also parent the light to the empty. So by the time we move this empty, now I'm moving the entire pod thing. So I'm going to place him here from start. Do Ctrl I to mark. Then I'm going to start moving it until it gets here. Do Ctrl and do I again. Then move forward a bit and do I again. So if Blender is going to allow us to play, coming, applying depth of field, shadow. If Blender is going to allow us to play what we just did. Oh, sorry, I made a very funny mistake right now. I don't have anything like timeline here, which means animation is not going to work right now. So I'm going to go back to where I started, around the car here, then do I like I did before, then move forward here a bit, then also move forward in your timeline, not just the scene, also move forward in your timeline and do I again, and go forward a little bit and do I again. Nice. So okay, the animation is still not moving. So what is going on, Blender? Let me try that again. Let me try it one more time. This time around, I'm going to turn on my automatic keying. So I'll just push this here, for example. Come forward here. Okay, it's working now. For some weird reason, I don't know why it did not work at first, but it's working now. I can now push this guy forward. So if I play my animation now, you are going to see that my pod is moving from point A to point B. But you can also see that the speed it is taking is too fast. So I'm going to quickly start spacing out the keys that I created like this. By the time I move it, you can see that the pod is now moving majestically. So I'm going to do V here and do vector so that it automatically starts, no starting slowly. So pay attention to the camera, what the camera is seeing here. I'm going to play so you can see that the pod is moving. I'm also going to change this to vector. So play. But if you notice right now, the camera is very silent. Like the camera is paying no attention to what is going on in the scene. The camera is not moving along with the scene. So I'm going to quickly fix that right now. I'm going to go back to my first first point, then move the camera to exactly where I want it to be. And it's as easy as also parenting the camera to the empty that is controlling our pod. So by the time we move or animate now, you can see that the camera is now moving. Nice. Before I do a render, I'm going to change my camera to a camera that comes from lens sim. So lens sim, convert my camera to lens sim. Nice. This is more filmic and cinematic. So I'm going to do a quick render, but before that, save your scene. Then do render. Okay, good. I just noticed that we don't have anything like motion blur. So I'm going to quickly add in some motion blur here. I'm just going into my render settings and turning it on motion blur. Then render again. So we have motion blur right now, but can't really see it. Am I lagging? Because I'm feeling it from here. So this is the final render. So like I said before I started this whole thing, this is more like a skeleton of the VFX video I made. A lot of persons have been requesting for me to do like a breakdown, which is exactly what we have done today, talking about this particular video. So you can see this is exactly what we are trying to recreate. So if you get the idea of the formula, which is what I'm trying to translate to you guys, the formula is all you need. Then you just have to get assets. Like I said, you don't need to stress yourself to start modeling everything from scratch. Learn how to work smart, not hard. And then what else did I say? Make use of assets. I'm recommending Polyhaven, Blender kits, CG Trader, and then also Sketchfab. I don't like to use Sketchfab a lot. I don't know why, but I think CG Trader is the best. Then when you talk about assets inside of Blender, I think Blender kits is best, and then followed by Polyhaven. The Polyhaven is free, unlike Blender kit. So let's see if there's any other thing that we can take a look at before. Maybe let's change the lighting to look like that of a sci-fi scene that it is. Let's do Alt. Oh yeah. Let's make everything blue. Right? Am I making sense? This is really nice. Then let's maybe do HDRI from Polyhaven. Let's do indoor, right? Indoor. Let's look for something that has that blue look that we're looking for. Okay, let's try this one and see first. Definitely too bright, so I'm going into my material settings. And first of all, start rotating it to get that sweet spot. Are you kidding me? Okay. 133 is not bad, so let's come back around that side. Then we can now reduce the strength. -3. Then also make sure that stop is low. Then also let's put some things in front of the camera, like a foreground, like this. Then the scene is too dark. Too dark. For that sake, I'm going to increase the brightness of these lights. So, okay. So okay, I think this is beautiful. Let's quickly take a look at what our alien shape looks like. So I'm going to do a quick render of both of them and see what we have built. This looks very beautiful. Okay, I can automatically now see that the sci-fi spaceship something is looking blurry. So that's it. This is what we have made, and this render I just did, there's something I discovered from this render just now, which is lighting helps to like really make your scene look good. If you don't know how to light, even if you have the best props and the best of everything, your render can still look very ugly if you don't do the lighting perfectly well, like what I'm doing right now. This looks cinematic to me, but if you go out of the render, you notice that the only real prop that we have here that is well modeled is just this real thing. The rest is just basic shapes and blocky stuff that I just did myself. The live session here with you guys. So please, if you want to progress inside of Blender, please learn how to do lighting, learn how to place objects in a way that will look good to the eyes. So before I proceed, I'm going to quickly I wanted to do something just now that I just all of a sudden I totally forget what I'm about to do. Okay, I wanted to add fluorescent light. So let's go back into our Blender kit and just type tube light. So let's beautify the scene. So are you kidding me? There's nothing like tube light here. Although it's something I can create myself. You can just make a cube and add an emission shader without wasting your time. But okay, let's do stick light and see. Okay, I think the last and final option we have is to do fluorescent light. So let's replace this with fluorescent. Wow, these guys are really stingy. There's no free tube light here. I think we have to create one ourselves. Yup. Okay, this is what I'm looking for exactly. But I don't want it to be like in a stack, like 3. So let's do a little bit of more slashing. No. Starting to see some interesting stuffs here. Okay, let's use the one I just saw. Let's see how. Starting to even see lots of interesting stuff. So I just added this random thing here. Let's see how it's going to look like. There's another random thing I found. This is one. Then there's still some other thing I saw that looks like pop. Okay, let's also drag you in. So let's put some interesting stuff here. Okay, where are the guys I just brought in? So make sure that you turn off your auto keying because we are done with animating the scene. And where are the stuff that I just downloaded? Are you kidding me? I think something is wrong because for some obviously weird reason I can't find whatever I just downloaded. So let me download them and see. It's working. So what happened? Okay, it's back, and then I'm going to quickly bring back this crystal that I saw. Okay, this is this crystal. I'm going to scale it up and then put it where our alien ship is. So this is going to look like some magical sci-fi thing that I don't know. I'm just trying to add more to the story that we have. And let's scale it up. Just push it back a bit. I don't know if it's making sense, but I mean, we're just having fun creating. I think this one makes a lot of sense. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this one as a foreground here. Well, let's push it inside there and see. I don't like it, so I'll take it out of my scene. What is it? So this crystal thing, and that would be like something we have. Down this code. Then also do Alt E again. Are we making sense? Okay, I think we're making sense. What else can I do to this scene? Okay. Now let's do the two lights that we went to look for that started all this crystal thing. So let's do cylinder, scale it on Z, scale it down, and match the size of the fluorescent lights. I'm going to push it to the wall here, where I want it to be. Push it out, rotate X or Y. X. Nice. Then this is the perfect time to make it into a light. So let's do emission, give it a yellow color, right? Then can I increase the strength 5, for example. Then let's make use of the array modifier one more time. Array, and begin to, sorry. This is not bad. So I can duplicate the array modifier by adding another one, and this time around the next one should be going the other way. How can I make that happen? Okay, 0. So, okay, I think I'm satisfied with the nonsense that I have merged or done all together. So let's do like final render. Okay, to be honest with you guys, this looks very good to me, and this can be a music video scene. This can be scene for your short film. What else? You can do like record a video of yourself and just impute yourself here and do your rapping, your singing, your acting, and everything else. So I think this is the end of this whole, how many hours? This 1 hour plus live session. And the idea is how easy it is for you to make a scene using assets or even building it yourself. How easy it is to also bring yourself into the scene that you have created. If you pay attention to this box here, we have one handsome man that is just relaxing there because we added him there. And we used a PNG image. This PNG image can be a picture of you, can be a picture of your friend, can be a picture of your artist that you are making the scene for. Then I would love to see what you guys are going to create from whatever tips or whatever knowledge that you have gotten from this particular live session. So let's call it a day, except I decide to come back here to maybe have fun, play a game later. So that is all.